I know I'm down. Let
Yes,
me go ahead and ask my questions.
Yes, Lord.
And so I got to talk to this man, and now we're here right now. So thank you so much for this opportunity. And in your name
Thank
we
you.
pray. Speak through us. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Man, it's lit. It's lit. It's lit. So look, man, I do got to let you know, bro. I always thought extremely highly of myself
For sure.
and my energy.
Always.
But you know that audio. No, look, you know that audio where there's always somebody out there better, son.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I ran into you, bro, and I felt like not on no physical, but like my energy
Big 100
was positively pushed.
Big time.
Where I'm like, no, there's actually another level.
Oh yeah.
It's that.
Well, it's just more comfortable in your skin. More and more that you have that faith, like say with God, like the more and more I become who I am, the more free you are to just give it.
Yeah.
And it feeds, it's contagious. So that's beautiful.
I'm curious, do you get tired on some Kevin Gates? Do you get tired?
Honestly, dog, no. The more and more I'm walking in what I walk in, no. Wow. When I'm making the best decisions, the better moves, and killing those negative thoughts one at a time. No, I can go 12 hours, 14 hours, whatever it is for whatever I gotta do. And that enjoyment, it fuels me. Yeah. Whatever I do, it gives me the energy. So how do I really get tired? But I do gotta sleep though, because the muscles grow when I sleep. So, right. but yeah.
Emotionally, what do you do when it feels like you need a recharge? What is your recharge? I need to know.
My recharge?
Yeah. To go back out and deliver.
It happens naturally now.
Wow.
Of course, there's moments, there's times in life, things come up. You might get even sadder. You might experience anger. You might experience, all these things, mourning, sorrow. So those things do happen. But on a regular basis, the more and more I just live in purpose, the better my decisions are, the clearer my mind is, and I'm already ready to go for the next day. So I'm not tired. And the recharge, I get it from people. Yeah. The more I engage with people, whether it's it's a small conversation, the kids I'm training, my track team, my coaches, anytime I engage a person, that's my recharge. Yeah. Because that engagement gives me more than I could ever imagine at that time. Man. Unexpectedly, but that's where my recharge comes at.
Hopefully I recharged you that day I saw you, because you
recharge me every time I see you, dog.
You turned me up, bro. I was down. I was like, it was money. It was everything you could think. It was everything was down, and I'm at the gym, and I see this, like, bro might have did 3 backflips before touching the ground again and yelling. I'm like, it might have been early too, because it's never late when you're in the gym. No. Or unless it's a 2-a-day.
Yeah, I do that, but I'm in there early. Start the day off with a bang.
Bro, I was down though. Yeah. And so we're gonna get into it, but real quick, can you just tell us real quick intro, your name, where you from, just a little bit.
How you doing?
Come on.
Hey, my name is JJ Bickham. From Louisiana, but I have been in Washington for a long time, so this is definitely my second home. I am the head trainer and track coach at HEIR Sports Academy in Puyallup. Yeah. I am a fitness trainer. Yeah. I do motivational speaking. Yeah. And what else I'm doing? Oh, I do online training, mom's boot camps. And I do really a lot of sports performance. So everything really sports related, but I'm led by everything in regards to mindset, how we think, and improving your thoughts. But yeah, that's where we are today.
You meant to be on the Pearl Minded podcast right now.
Oh yeah, we here.
Wow.
Pearl Minded. That's what it is.
Do you know, real quick intro, do you know Pearl Minded, where it comes from, what it's about?
No, will you tell me about it though?
Yeah. So tell me this. Do you know how a pearl is formed?
In a clam.
Got you. Next step.
You know that clam is divinely touched, blessed by God.
Right. So what happens is that clam or oyster or mussel is entered by a grain of sand or parasite. It has 2 options. It can either kind of spit it out.
I hear it coming.
Yup. It can either spit it out, or it can transmute it into something that can actually become something that can withstand. Right. Okay. Cool. So what it does is, if it don't spit it out, it coats that either parasite or grain of sand, it coats it in its own fluid called nacre. Now, nacre is made out of calcium carbonate, but it's the same thing that the oyster and the clam is made out of.
Right.
So it's the same thing that your shell is. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So it wraps it, but layer after layer, the more layers that it has wrapped and solidified, the more valuable, the more lack, the more luster, the more powerful, right?
Shine.
Right. Yep. And so the beautiful thing is when it wraps it, it hardens smooth. Right. And so now there's no more sharp edges or dangerous things. Cool. So the way I see it, our minds could be like that oyster, like that clam, right?
Yes,
and so adversity is going to enter the mind without me actually asking it. Just like the ocean is, the clam is in the ocean. It's surrounded by all of it. Yes, and it can't choose what's going to go in. Same way, I watch TV, I listen to music, I talk to people, I listen to the news. I might be down bad. Yes, sir. Right? But I got two choices. I'm either spit that thing out if I can. Most people might suck some things in, and it's okay, pause. But it might solidify. Right. If it does stick in there, because things are going to stick, that breakup's going to stick, that death is going to stick. Yes, sir. Those things are going to stick. If it sticks, it's time to wrap it. But our fluid, our nacre, you already know, it comes from the divine,
man,
okay?
You either go through it or grow through it.
Yeah.
Man, let's rock.
That's it. So check me out now. I appreciate it. So now you know what it means to be Pearl Minded now. Anytime you see it, just know you're like, okay, I know what's going on.
I started feeling it from the beginning.
I know what's going on.
I hear it. Yes,
so
sir.
Check this out. Question number one. We got a couple sections. And so section number one is the energy, identity, and my first impressions.
Big time.
Okay, cool. So question number one go like this, bro. You are one of the most high energy, driven people and alive people. When I say alive, like, I mean, like, when you think about somebody being awake and alive,
lit.
It's you when I think about it. It's like, JJ, what would JJ do?
Lit.
You feel me? And so what I want to know is, where specifically does that fire come from, and has it always been there?
I'm going to say yes. I think in the very beginning, as I grew, you grow, and I was the only child. So one of my biggest things that I wanted was connection, friendship, different things like that. So growing up, it took me a while to be comfortable 100% with, like, why am I feeling so weird?
Yeah.
Why am I struggling to try to be friends with people that I know are not really, all that stuff during high school. So once I got through that and I got to the phase of like, yo, this is me. This is, and that's where it really came from. And God constantly just reminding me, like, it's not about being a follower. I'm not meant to fit in. That's one thing I had to understand. It's not this world, our life is so small. We're all so unique. This isn't about fitting in.
Yeah.
Some people gonna like you, some people won't. So as soon as I found that out and going through everything that I went through, my parents, deaths in the family, different things like that, different traumas, the more I was who I was, the more I just was more like, I just felt better and I felt stronger in becoming, and just, hey, F it.
Yeah.
Hey, some of y'all gonna like me, some of y'all won't.
Yeah.
F it.
Yeah.
And in that, I found my purpose. So it's all because of purpose. I have to be like this. This is who I am. Because somebody's gonna see it, somebody's gonna feel it. Yeah. And that smile, or just that little smirk of watching me do something crazy or something, could change their life in some kind of way. Big time.
Evidence.
I
just want to let you know right now, evidence.
Yes, sir.
Right here, because that day, that could have been one of my last days here.
Right.
You never know. I deem myself strong until a strong situation need to come up, and maybe I'm really not like that. Right. So this is evidence, and I appreciate that. That day that I saw you, and I'm like, whoa, like, what the? I thought I knew what it meant. Nah. I just learned something.
Yes, sir.
And I'm grateful for that.
Yes,
Thank you for that question.
Yeah.
Now tell me this: when people see you for the first time, what do you think they assume? What do you think they assume?
So I'm a very positive person.
Beautiful.
So initially, I just think something positive. I'd rather think that than worry about who's gonna say something negative. And then it got to the point where it didn't even matter. You don't know what someone is gonna think of you, and why give it any energy for me personally to even go, like, you can really go down that road, like, what do you think of me?
Yeah.
What do you think of me? But nah, because it hinders me being who I am, and I can't do that.
I want to say a comment. The comment I want to say is I had the thought recently where sometimes you bring that camera into a new gym and then they come and talk to you like, hey, you know, some people are a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That uncomfortableness, obviously, I want to have empathy for that. But I also kind of started to awaken to why do you assume somebody's doing something negative with a camera around you?
I think it's just the energy that they have, the whole stigma about it, because unfortunately, there are a lot of those influencing different types that have these terrible attitudes, terrible manners, disrespectful. So that's what gets blown up. Those are the hypest videos. Those get the most likes. Those get the most attention and engagement. So it's like it's rare that you'll see a video of someone being respectful to someone on the camera.
Like they're like, who cares?
Oh, hey, you mind if I? I've seen those videos, but those get maybe like 2,000 likes. The video with, hey man, you and your camera, get your camera out of my face. Those get like 30,000.
Easy.
I'll put my camera where I fucking want. Like 50,000 likes, and
Easy.
you know what I'm saying? So
Easy.
it's just more popular in regards to engagement for that to happen. So that's why I feel like that.
You know, another thing too is you automatically, first of all, assuming that you're gonna assume negative because you come from positive, because you come from a positive place. But then I notice the way you perform makes it easy for you to assume positive as well. And let me just, obviously, the camera can see why, right? Very fit, right? So it's like you automatically assume positive before you go do positive.
Right.
I noticed that. And then it just kind of becomes this perpetual cycle of, I'm going to assume positive. I'm also going to do positive because I'm already assuming positive. And then positive is actually going to happen because evidence. And then it's just this cycle that keeps going. I'm assume positive again because I can be on anybody's podcast, not just this man's podcast, but I could be anywhere I want. Right. Because I can really be seen.
And it continues to cultivate.
Wow. Yeah. And I see that spiraling up like a rich man's staircase, like J. Cole said.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like that.
It's a frequency spiral. Yeah. I like this frequency spiral. So next question is this though.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time where you lost that special spark that I know is being felt right now? Was there a time you lost that ever?
Once I got it, like once I polished it, like a pearl. Once I polished it and it came out, I can't. It took so much going through to get and experience. It was so much experience and so much hurt and so much go through to get to this point. And then I've been able to witness how this energy, this mindset has been able to get me through even the toughest times. If I ever let it go, it would be disastrous. So no, I can't say no. I'm human, right? There's times I get pissed, I get mad, I do experience these things, but I always just try to find that silver lining. I deal with the emotion, express the emotion. I'm sad, cry, mad, whatever. But you have to get back to who it is. You can fall a little bit, but you got to get right back up and keep on going. So that's all I experience it as.
I'm gonna tell you this. Part of this podcast is selfish and service. Selfish in terms of I want to ask my own questions because I'm always learning.
Right.
Service because you get to get that too. Okay. The question I have is if you could even simplify a framework for me to go from this one moment here, adversity that made me feel a negative emotion occurred, what's my response to get to my desired back position of, hey, it did make me feel negative, whether it's embarrassed, angry, pissed, sad. This event happened. What should be my response within a 15-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame to end back up in a neutral or positive state where I truthfully should want to be?
So I'll get as close as I can.
I appreciate it.
Experience and the things we go through, it doesn't give us a timeline. Who we are at that time is going to dictate how long we go through everything that we need to. So if it's a person that's not as strong mentally and emotionally, right? They experience these things and things that really hurt them, right? You might talk to them a little bit more and might have to say a lot more, and it ends up being a lot longer before they even think about making that change. So it depends on the person, right?
Okay.
However, the biggest thing for me is your response.
Yeah.
I don't really necessarily believe that we lose at anything. I don't think there's anything that we go through that we lose. The only thing that dictates how we lose is how we respond. If I get my ass whooped and I just stay there and I'm like, okay, that's it, I lost.
Oh, okay, that's it.
I lost. I'm gonna take, okay, look, okay, yeah, I got my ass whooped. Yes. Accountability, got it. Yeah. You have to be accountable, because if you're not, you can't deal with it. Yeah. You can't put it on anyone. Hey, look, but now what did I do? How did I do that? Now you work on those things, and if you respond by saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, got my ass whooped. Whoop my ass. But look, I'm back in the gym tomorrow. I'm back on the boxing gloves. I'm back practicing till next time, because I'm not gonna let it happen again. You could either allow it to build you or allow it to break you. So that's my number one thing. I'm like, look, I know how this feels, and I never would try to tell anyone how to not feel, because I'll never tell you you're wrong. I would never tell you you're wrong, because those are real emotions. I feel like this. No, you don't. Like, no. Right. Yes, you do. Right. I get that. Yeah. However, I just want to give you a different way of thinking about it in regards to the end, or to your recovery, getting over it and getting through it. Yeah. To allowing it to build you up and not break you down. Yeah.
Tell me, because you said something in there, another selfish question, but we'll turn in service.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like you will never lose anything, or you've never lost anything? Why do you feel that way?
Why do I feel like I can never lose?
Yeah, can never lose. Yeah, that's my bad. Can never lose and have never lost.
Because I'm choosing to respond with authority. I'm choosing to be accountable for my decisions, my mistakes. When you can be upfront like that and be raw like that, it gives you an additional boost in getting over it and getting through it. It has to. People, if you run from something, it prolongs. You have to run through it. So, like, do you know what a buffalo does?
Talk to me. I feel like the buffalo might. Tell me about the buffalo.
So, like, on the prairie and everything like that, when there's a big ass storm coming, right? All the other animals would like run and hide and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Storm coming, animals running away, lions, tigers, bears, everything. Yeah. That buffalo sees that storm and runs through it.
So there's a pack of buffalo running through.
Buffaloes run through it because they know they'll get through it sooner. The longer I run away from it, the longer I'm in the shit. So run through that bitch like a buffalo.
I want to know who was the lead buffalo that said, "Hey, nigga, mathematically speaking."
No, you are.
No.
Oh, but I think that's an innate behavior that they got.
Yeah, that's insane.
From the bit, it's just an innate behavior. They grow up being that, doing that, seeing that, and becoming that.
Yeah. God programmed that ability to know.
Within the genetics, of course. 100%.
Yeah.
And it goes to the mental. That's how crazy, that's how beautiful nature is. It's the same thing with humans.
That's deep.
It's just what we choose to express, allow our minds to express.
This is a separate question, because you know how there's, in the animal kingdom, right? Obviously, this nature, they're automatically programmed. But then as a human, we get to articulate and study animal nature and then choose, hey, I'm going to act like a buffalo or I'm going to act like a meerkat.
Right.
What is the experience of trying to act like an animal that possesses a state of mind that is a little different than yours?
I think it gives, if we just stripped away everything that we are, everything that we have, like technology, everything, and become that basic human nature, that's where it comes from. It's a natural instinct, I think, that we feed into, or we don't feed into, because we're just so saturated with the easy access with everything.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, of course, you're not gonna take everything away and have to go forage for your food. I'm not saying people have to go hunt, but say within sports, within competition, the attitude of being that top dog, of being, oh, is that an eagle?
Oh wow. Oh wow. That was. There's the top.
What's up? But
wow,
like, see that? Look, you see that energy? The eagle energy?
Yeah,
see?
That was an eagle. See? That was very close.
Look at me, I feel like
that wasn't he wasn't far away.
He was like, right here.
He might have been 20 feet up. I mean, 22
fire.
basketball hoops.
That was fire.
Yeah, that was tough.
But
Go
see,
ahead.
see that animal energy?
Yeah. That was hard.
Just like that. But
That was
no,
tough.
but like say with like competition, it's the same thing. You gotta be. It's the survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
You know, get out there, that football field, that basketball court, that track, that wrestling mat, whatever it is. Like it's time. So that I think that's where a lot of the just looking at them being just in nature, that innate behavior. No one's telling them what to do. They have to learn that.
Yeah.
They're like some of the greatest examples of applied play learning in, you know, seeing how parents are really teaching their kids and different things like that, being the example. They see mama kill a wolf. Now they know how to kill a wolf. Like, dang, that shit's fire.
Yeah. I love it. Son, we're going to take advantage of the rest of the sunset now. We going to flip. We're going to get the rest of the sunset, get a silhouette situation. Feel me? Rehydrate. Come on. So we should be able to catch the rest of that, which is looking real good. Okay, so we're going to take it all the way. Boom. Drop it back down. Grab a couple. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. You see that?
Who's John Cena?
What I got? Okay, I got the left.
John Cena.
We're going to catch that shit. All right. Okay, so the intention on this, and that bit went fast as hell.
That's fun. That's fun.
But it's good. So
I just turned around, John Cena twice, and it was gone.
So do me a favor, bring them forward. And just we'll start with yours too. Yeah. Now, real quick, what do you think is the biggest lie our culture pushes about success or happiness?
That is a one-way street.
Talk to me.
I understand it's like the American dream, right? I think that we do have the opportunity to reach for the goals and get the things that we do want. It's just, for one, it takes work.
Mm-hmm.
It takes effort.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that's gonna come easy. You have to put work in. That's what scares a lot of people. So even before getting to that thought, that lie, whatever, they gotta put in work to find out the truth. To understand that work does pay off. If you are consistent, it does pay off. And you have to find whatever you do, whatever it is, and go ham. Like, there is no backup plan. And I get the scariness of that, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
It has to be scary.
Yeah.
If your dreams aren't big enough to scare you, dream bigger.
They're
Like,
not big enough, yeah.
And I think a lot of times what happens is we've made decisions that have put us in certain hardships and situations that have kind of deterred us or detoured us from certain thoughts that we need to be having. But it's 100% possible. We just have to believe it and work for it.
I like that.
And there's not one street.
Yeah. We all supposed to have our own at that point.
It's your journey.
Yeah.
Your journey.
Tell me this.
Yeah.
Social media, because I know you be on it.
Yeah,
and my thing is you really break molds for me.
Yeah.
On social media, because you again, you go ham, right? But you
want.
also do what you want.
Yeah.
You don't, if there's a trend, if you fuck with it.
I might, maybe, but on a regular, it's just thought, okay, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Roll with it.
Yeah.
That might not like it.
Yeah.
Because the videos that I don't even think are the hottest end up being the hottest. So you shortchange yourself for what?
Yeah.
I'm done with that.
I like that. Break free of that. I like it.
Yeah.
Do you think social media is a bit of a mask or a mirror for people, you feel me, for their pain and desires?
In general,
Yeah.
a mask.
Okay.
And a mirror, because if you go to your For You page, it's going to show you exactly what you look at or what you like.
Right.
What you're most looking for or searching or liking, you know, engaging with. Can I get to the game? You know, whatever it is, you know. That's when I knew my life started changing.
Okay.
And I sounds like, you knew it because of Instagram and Facebook. Well, listen, the algorithm is real.
Yeah.
AI or whatever be listening, dog.
Yeah.
Because you can be talking to me and you be talking about tambourines and drums. Watch tomorrow, we have a doggone ad on Facebook. Hey, you need a drum set?
I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you when it pop up, because they do be listening.
But it really does, and who knows how it happens? But I know it is happening. So, I think it is. I think in general, people do use it as a mask because how often do you see the things that people are trying to post or trying to portray or trying to make it seem like they are, and they're really not. That's why there's controversy. Oh, they ended up doing this. Yeah, they're not that. Or people will sit there and lie and Liver King. No disrespect or anything, but just an example of, oh, he's been so buff and big, and now it's all so much controversy because he was, or now you want to apologize because we found out, instead of you just jumping in front of it in the very beginning and just being who you really are and not having a mask on. We can accept that. We can walk through these certain things with you, but if you're already doing that, then that shows who you really are, and that's sad.
In terms of communication with people in personal relationships, that mask off all the time?
100%. Yeah. It's taking some time, but you got to be okay with being, it's like, I don't like to say it's necessarily being vulnerable, because when you're vulnerable, you're strong. That means that you can put yourself out there, allow yourself to be seen, and be readily accountable for whatever comes from it, or whatever people may think of it, or whatever it is. You can deal with that, and that just adds to you just being comfortable with who you are.
Yeah.
Big time.
I like that. At what point did you finally like cross over that threshold of like, I would, from this day, this would be the last time I'll put that mask on for somebody in any way?
When my parents got divorced and I found out that my dad wasn't my real dad.
Snap, bro. You thought he was like really like blood father.
Well,
and he wasn't.
But in my whole life though, the craziest thing about it, I always knew something was wrong. I just didn't know what. Something was always off, because I remember I can count on pretty much almost one hand like all the memories that I have of like him being daddy. Daddy and father are two different things to me. I love daddy. Yes, that's my daddy. That's my, like the same thing with mommy. That's my dad. Like, who doesn't want a relationship like that? Yeah. So, but I felt like I would always want that, and I didn't get that. So I remember everything, but I always knew something was off. I just didn't know what. Yeah. And I never tried to explore it. What's wrong? What's going on? No, I just lived and accepted him 100% true until you get to the divorce part, and I'm in there supporting my mom, and just in there, and then to hear him say, I adopted him, I was like, oh.
Yeah, like, what? Hold on.
I thought you was my dad, though. Like, that was really, I think, a tough moment. Yeah. But it didn't kill me.
Yeah.
It didn't crush me. It was one of the most heartbreaking moments, but I got to find out and see how strong I was to be able to hear it and not overreact. I heard it, and I was calm. Yeah. And I don't know if it was because I was there specifically for my mom, being strong for my mom, but in that moment, I handled it. Maybe I cried later, but it didn't get me like life usually got me. There'll be moments you could just say something negative to me, and it would just be, sad about myself. Or maybe I'm not good enough. At that moment, no. Because even I realized that even though that wasn't what it was, I know that I'm still worthy. Even if he says this about me or tries to make or diminish it because it's like she's trying to get away from certain responsibilities of payment, whatever you want to say. If he wants to do all that, it doesn't diminish me, and it didn't. I didn't let it. It made me stronger. And I still, to this day, I don't have a resentment towards him. I still love him. Yeah. And I can't wait to be a great dad one day myself. Yeah. Not to, I'm going to get you back, I'm going to show you. Yeah. No, I have no ill will, no ill feelings. Yeah. Because that would eat at me. I got to do it for the right way, for the right thing. So, yeah.
Okay. I got to, I appreciate that.
Yeah, get in there.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Again, selfish and service, right? Here's a question, okay? Could you rebuild this version of yourself all over again?
I would. I would do everything the exact same way.
Okay.
Because my decisions and what also has made me was the terrible decisions that I've made. The terrible, dumb decisions, the actions, behaviors, all those negative things that I've ever done, I have to do them the exact same. And
Dang.
I'd be willing to do it again.
Dang.
I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change anything.
Dang. That's tough. That made me reflect for a moment. I ain't gonna lie. That took me away. I had to think. I'm like, damn.
I wouldn't.
So my thing is this. You will go through the same stuff. Hold on. You will go through the same stuff, obviously, to rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you would do different to end up in a different position along the way? No. Nice.
No. People, I said that's a very popular question. Is there anything that you would do different?
Yeah.
Is there anything? No. I have to say no.
Mm.
You have to understand you only get one shot at things. Life doesn't go backwards, it only goes forward.
Mm-hmm.
There is in no situation you can't do any of that. If I go through that and I make that mistake and I allow it to let me grow, why do I want to regret it? Because I'm in a better and a different place now. Now I allowed myself to use that negative energy, that trauma, that feeling, that emotion, that pain. I chose to use it to build me.
Mm-hmm.
So if I really chose and I allowed it to build me and I regret it, I don't want to know what I would be. I love what I am now, but that becomes being happy in my skin. My life is not dictated by how much I make, how many people like me, who's riding with me or nothing at all. It has nothing to do with that. I know I have purpose. I have a life. I have something to give. That's my purpose. That's what keeps me alive. That's what wakes me up in the morning. That's what keeps me going back and forth to do it every single day without thinking twice. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I want to know. Oh man, that damn. I appreciate.
Yeah. Hey, we go there.
That makes me think personally of reframing how we look at some of these adversities. Because I'm not gonna lie, personal experience. You know, I've been going through some things, and I know my situation is gonna change in a lot of ways because of that same carrying and the same desire to want to give it.
Right.
The same energy, the same thing I saw in you. I know I got the same eye and the same love and the same support. I got that to give, right?
You do.
So with that being said, I was like, you know, there's something about this position that I'm in that makes me hungry for it. But then there's also something about holding on to it even when I don't need it. In terms of, I'm in a position that I get to smile in pain. I fear being in a world where I don't have pain and I no longer have that side that I want to, you know, that lesson that I'm going through something. It's a piece of adversity. It bothers me. Oh, I don't have enough money. Oh, I don't got this. I don't got that, right? But that little bit of pain is what kind of curates a man. You know, it curates a man to me. Mind you, once you reach a point where you can see that you know it's going to change. So actually, does it really matter? It don't.
Exactly.
It don't.
Did you need to give it energy in the first place?
You didn't even need to give it energy. But it was taken from you for a moment. Well, maybe you gave it to it.
So
you gave it to it.
Like I said, you have to feel it.
Yeah.
Dip in it. Dip in that pool of whatever.
You're
That's
like,
fine. I'm wet now. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in that pool. Yeah. But I get the fuck out.
Oh.
You gotta get out. You gotta get out. And as I dry myself off, that's when I'm, okay, here. Yeah, okay. And that's your walkthrough.
I need help then. What is get it out? So once you get in, boom, you got in the pool.
Yeah.
What does it look like to get out? How do I get out? How do I get out of that?
Why the fuck? The longer you stay in it, the more you're gonna.
But how do I get out? Tell me this. My situation is whatever it is.
My mindset is if I don't get out, I'm gonna drown.
Okay, if I just got fired. For example, I just got fired. How do I get out of that? I just go get a job.
I start applying.
Yeah. You start getting out.
So look, I know I get pissed off. I've been fired. Fuck. Oh, damn, man. Oh, man. What? For something I know I was doing. What? You still might want to get mad. What? Okay, look,
Yeah.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Back to the board.
Yeah.
Now what?
I like that.
That's the thing. We have to get to that point of saying now what and go at that now what with authority.
Yeah.
That's how you get through.
Yeah.
I'm in the pool. Now what? Get out. I might not know what the next step is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I know how scary the unknown is. The unpredictable nature of life. It's very terrifying. I get that. But my faith is in God, knowing that no matter what comes, no matter what I go through, no matter anything,
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. And everything that happens to me is for my benefit. And just thinking on those principles of just God is just, if he be for me, who could be against me? Who am I scared of? Who am I afraid of? Why would I want to change anything? He brought me through so much and I've learned so much. Man, do it again.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Because I'm gonna come out I'm gonna come out on top even more than I already did. I already beat it, but now I've seen it. Oh, I know what's happening now.
Do it again.
Yeah, do it again. Try it.
I love that.
Try it.
So we're gonna treat this last moment because for you're the second person. I'm gonna need a part 2. I just started kind of the sunset segment. I feel like you were the perfect person to try out this.
Sunset was amazing.
The sunset segment, right? But I do feel like we almost may have potentially mistimed it a hair bit sliver.
That's fine.
It is what it is. I don't want to go too deep in the darkness and lose that goodness. So I don't even want to save your energy, right? I want to save your energy. So this is what I want to do because I actually have a good closing question here. And it's kind of like this, okay? So we're going to set the stage to be something of like the BET Awards, or it could be the BET Awards, or it could be the Nobel Prize. Whatever fits your flavor most, right? Okay? I want to know this. That the stage is that, okay? I just need you to drop a truth that you learned from struggle. And if you passed away and just wanted to give one piece of knowledge that somebody read over and over and over again, just in a few words, what would that be?
Oh, man, that's great.
Yes, sir.
I think the first thing, I think we lose sight of time. So, and I think if we focus and rebel on that, it gives us that mindset of just wanting to get through things and not go through things, right? So I would tell people, tomorrow isn't promised, so I'm gonna live like it's my last. That last time you spoke to that person you were arguing with, or I'm not gonna say that because I don't know if this is the last time that I'm gonna say that. This is the last time I'm gonna work out. I don't like to get deep and dark, but it's just an easy way for me to think about it. If this is my last workout, I'm going all out. If this is my last time I get to talk to someone or talk to this person, talk to my kids, be around anybody, do this, do that. If this was my last time, how do I want to go out? And not to say that I'm thinking about death, no. But if I say just any accident or whatever, just if I couldn't do this tomorrow, because tomorrow's not promised. Live in the moment, experience, live, love, because that keeps you free, not worried about what people thinking. I ain't worried about nothing. I'm doing what I want. If this was my last time, what would I do? Live in the moment. Be unapologetically you. Yeah, that's hot. He
called his own jig. He said that. That's hot. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Okay. This was huge for me. Again, selfish and a little bit of service. Because at the end of the day, I love experiencing God's energy.
Man,
I do. And sometimes
shit's real.
Yeah. Sometimes it comes from a sad person until they look at you and it like changes. And it's like, I love that. And so my biggest thing is being in the moment now. And being present and realizing that I see people for the whole in, out, the whole thing, not just, this. It's like, whoa, like you are. And some people really stand out. They really stand out. And you're really somebody who really stands out. And I know you probably get that all the time, but it's so amazing to feel like not enough people got what you got.
But it's just, that's how you know it's authentic.
Yeah.
This isn't like some facade. Like,
no, it's all the time. I've never seen it out there.
You're not on camera all the time. You're not I don't care who's there. We at the bar, 2 of us in there. I'm still dancing in the middle of the dance floor, like, so it's just that, be unapologetically you. At every moment. Somebody gonna like it, some people won't. Stop caring. Who gives a shit?
But don't be a hater. But if that's just you authentically, it's all good. Be authentically you, but just don't be a hater. You feel me?
Don't.
Look, man, God bless America, man. God bless everybody. This was amazing, and we're going to get a part 2 going.
We got part 2 coming.
We're going to do a part 2.
I'll be back. Fuck ass you.
It's good. Look, please enjoy the time, and we'll be back again.